end up turning on their record labels. Just the other day, we looked at the friction between Oliver Tree and his label. Now, we are seeing that super producer Tay Keith was dealing with the same situation. Today, we are going to analyze this pattern to identify exactly what leads to so many artists speaking out against the music industry. By the end of this video, you will understand why, despite all the fame and money, these artists are always left with nothing. Back in March,
but they say when the music industry give you $1 million, you gotta pay back $4 to $5 million. Interest rate crazy. You might get a bank loan.
Keith, known for working with Drake, Travis Scott, and many others, entered a massive contract dispute over his music with Sexy Red. He declared that he was having severe business friction with his record label due to royalties he never received. According to Tay Keith, millions of dollars were owed to him for the beats he produced for Sexy Red's biggest hit songs, the very songs that made her career and generated immense wealth. Essentially, Keith was alleging that despite the tracks being massive hits, he was purposely kept off the producer credits and denied his compensation. It is important to note that Tay Keith was not targeting Sexy Red directly. He had no personal issues with her. His disagreement was entirely with the powerful record company backing her. Sexy Red releases music under the imprints Rebel and Open Shift. However, the major entity actually distributing and backing these releases is a massive media company called Gamma. Gamma was founded by a former big music executive and was designed as an alternative to the traditional major label system. It was supposed to be a new way of doing business. But despite that promise, we are seeing—
that mean all them songs, like all them songs you know Sexy Red for. Bro, and I was so mad. I'm like, how's she getting these good beats? Like, one thing about Big Red right here, right? Her beats was amazing, and I'm like, and it was Tay Keith. I'm like, oh, that's why I used to love it. I'm like, man, she don't deserve this beat, bro. Like, she got a song called Slob on My, this is called Sea Cat, right? Cat. And every time I'm like, bro, no way. Like, how she get that beat? Like, that beat is insane. Like, I don't even know who's supposed to be on it. But yeah, like I said, it's not nothing with Sexy, but I guarantee you Big Red did some shit like, oh, we gonna make sure you know, business handled. She probably ain't she probably opened the back door, if anything. And she from St. Louis, back door city.
Them operate just like the rest of the music industry. The business friction that emerged behind the scenes centered strictly on unpaid royalties. The contract dispute covered a total of 13 different songs produced during her massive rise, including the breakout track Pound Town. Unfortunately, Tay Keith was not able to see a resolution to this issue. Just a few days ago on June 18th, the music world experienced his sudden and tragic passing in Nashville. What is interesting is that just a few days back, we covered Oliver Tree's situation. Oliver Tree also had severe business friction with his label. He was known for hit songs like Life Goes On and Miss You. You likely heard his music on TikTok because that's where it was the biggest. While Oliver Tree's career took off quickly, he eventually found himself in the same exact position as Tay Keith. He felt like his label was not following the rules and was starting to operate incorrectly. So Oliver Tree did the only thing he could do. He made a video telling his fans that his project was going to be delayed because of his ongoing problems with the label.
I just got word that my album is no longer coming out. Love You Madly, Hate You Badly is officially canceled, and I'm parting ways with Atlantic Records. Behind the scenes has been nothing short of a nightmare. I have no marketing budgets for music videos, no digital ad spend. Nobody really cares in the building, it seems like. I made a lot of money for Atlantic Records, and they don't seem to remember that. I have gotten no support. They forgot to ingest multiple songs into the system, which means the songs didn't come out. I had a Valentine's Day breakout song that didn't even get released because someone forgot to put it in. I don't really understand how that's possible. I've made them tens of millions of dollars, but they don't remember that. Wow. So, the music is owned by them. The remainder of the music will not be coming out. I will always continue to make music. Thank you for everyone who supported me. I can't wait to release more music at some point at a later time, but for now, there is nothing on the horizon. I'm so sorry, and I love you guys. Thank you.
Oliver made it clear that he was going independent and cutting ties. He eventually made a follow-up video declaring that he and the label had come to some sort of agreement and he was going to drop his album independently.
You guys have joined together in tens of thousands and sent messages to the label. We have officially reached a negotiation over the past course of a week. My team has got the label to agree to release Love You Madly, Hate You Badly on my personal imprint, Alien Boy Records. You guys, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This music is finally going to see daylight. So support your local indie artists and go pre-order my album. April 24th is the official date. I love you all.
Fast forward to just this month. Oliver Tree was in the middle of his global tour when the world received the news of his sudden and tragic passing. Just like we saw with Tay Keith, Oliver Tree never really got to see his music issues fully resolved. These two examples instantly made me think of other massive artists who faced the same issues. Take Lil Wayne. He was arguably the biggest rapper in the industry, literally sitting on top of the game in the late 2000s and early.
Before I skip, because I know y'all thinking it, the industry be sacrificing artists, right? I even said it. What I'll say is, like, they put you in a predicament to stress yourself out and for you to crash out or to OD on stuff or to just be unsettled with your life if you don't make the right decisions. I'm one of them people that feel like I can play the industry. I can scam the industry. Like, I get in, get what I need and get out. But they be getting people like that too, you know? So I'll just do my own thing. You can't get in anyway. And they only reach out to you when you reach a certain pinnacle, or if you just starting from nothing and you know somebody like a type way max. Oh, that guy gave me $100,000 like to start up. Nobody is ever gonna give you $100,000 to start up. That I guarantee you, whoever that was a friend of his mom or a friend of his dad or something. Like, it was a close friend. You see Mac's dad on stream. You see the house Mac streaming. You see his room he used to stream in. That boy come from a good home. He had a big room. I had no room. Boy, when I was 16, I had to leave the house to stay with people. So while niggas was starting a YouTube career, I was in the field, outside, trying to just find somewhere. Like, I was staying with my friends. Luckily, they let me stay. Their parents let me stay and stuff, but my parents couldn't even take care of me. And then when I got 18, I had to figure it out, you know? And all I'm saying is, like, everybody got different paths. And everybody that died that's a rapper or in the industry don't mean the industry sacrificed them. But the industry do be sacrificing motherfuckers. But it's like, I be feeling like it's a spiritual thing that you get tied with. Sometimes we'll be in this physical every day and we'll forget like this spiritual realm is real. But we got to know that there's things happening that we can't see between our two eyes. And I just feel like when you sign certain contracts and get pushed by certain machines and, you know, especially depending on what you're making music about too. Because look at a Babyface, Ray, Money Man, and all them. You don't see them getting sacrificed by Empire and all that. But people say, oh, King Von, XXX. Like, bro, look at their lifestyle, bro. They just magnetized what they was doing. Then when you get a lot of money, it's going to amplify whatever you do times 10. So if you're a shitty, arrogant, undisciplined person, you're just going to become that times 10. If you're a disciplined person who make wise decisions and you're smart and you protect your energy, you're going to do the same thing when you got money. All I'm saying is we can't, it's millions of people that die. It's somebody that, bro, we can't just all rapper, these Tay Keith and Olive Tree. My condolences to them, but I'm just saying, like, we got to push more life on the realm. And the older I get, the more, like, a lot of this stuff, it's like, I'm not going to say people, nobody asked for it, you know, and nobody is promised tomorrow or nothing like that, but, like, let's just be real about these situations, bro. Like, shit happens, bro.
Early 2010s. But just like we saw with Oliver Tree and Tay Keith, Wayne also had a massive public dispute with his label. In 2014, he publicly announced his issues with Cash Money Records over unpaid royalties, telling the world that the man he once viewed as a father figure had been doing him dirty for years. Lil Wayne alleged he was owed over $51 million and was willing to take the dispute as far as necessary.
Shit right now, these got me in bars right now. They don't want to see me make good music. I don't know what's going on. And I just want you to know, if anything, if you thought that The Birdman. Cash money.
Fortunately for Wayne, even though it took years, the label eventually made it right. But he was also incredibly fortunate to walk away from that infamous tour bus situation. Because if he had not made it through that incident,
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It is a lot of coincidences when they be having situations with their deals. But it's like, come on, bro. You think he in some type of like energy and take some type of oath? This is Oliver Tree, like he look a little off right here. I'm just saying, like even this whole look, like, you know, look like some Hollywood shit to me. I never heard of the guy. Even the Take Keith dude, like, I'm not saying you can't profit off the industry, something gonna happen to you, but it's like, bro, I just don't want to sign no major contracts. Like, I'm even still trying to figure out this brand deal stuff and this promo and these brand deals and all this shit. This shit is all fluky. Like, I think I just got scammed for a brand deal recently, bro. Bro had me do 7 hooks and I was supposed to be getting paid a deposit. And I don't got my deposit. But it's supposed to be another payment come at the end of the month. So I'm like, if we in business this whole month, I gotta see. But it's like, bro responded back for the editor. Oh yeah, my editor, and I got you. I'm gonna send it today. It's like, bro, where's that, bro? But I'm not pressed for the money. But it's like, come on, bro. I sent my work, even though it was only 7-second videos. It's like, bro, I feel like every industry is shady as fuck. 100 shots hit your tour van, and you're trying to get out this deal. And at the time, Birdman was breaking the new artist. Yeah, nah, bro, that's some Hollywood shit, bro. It's Hollywood shit.
His story would have ended just like Tay Keith and Oliver Tree, 2 massive figures in the industry who never got the chance to fully resolve their business friction. But honestly, Lil Wayne is one of the lucky few. If we look at other historical cases of industry disputes, we notice that many artists never get to resolve their issues while they're still here. Michael Jackson is a perfect example of this. He had a highly public dispute with his label, making it clear that he felt they were operating maliciously.
Record companies really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artist. Tony told the president of the record division, he is a mean, he's very devilish. I really believe it's a conspiracy because the story always ends the same. At the end of the story, it's not an accident. It's happened on purpose.
While Michael never resolved his issues during his lifetime, his estate eventually agreed.
I never heard him say that like that. I mean, I heard that video a bunch of times, but I never got that. Michael Jackson told you himself when an artist pop up dead, it's not an accident. And that been happening for the past, and that been happening. It ain't like, oh, that was Michael Jackson and it's over with. They run the same script with everybody. Once you try to get out that deal and use your fans to your advantage and sign paperwork and hire separate lawyers, they're like, hold on, we can't let this bag go. Because they're making more money off Take Keith right now. Still, fuck.
To sell the ATV catalog and parts of his own music rights after. This was something Michael had adamantly refused to do. We can trace this pattern to this very day. Look at Drake. He has made it clear he feels his label turned on him too. On his recent project Iceman, he directed several bars at the executives and dedicated entire music videos to the fallout. As of right now, no one knows exactly how this massive contract dispute will end. But if history has taught us anything about the music business, it could only go one or two ways. Now we have to actually ask ourselves why so many artists find themselves in this exact same position. As I mentioned before, TLC faced the exact same issues with their label. Lisa Left Eye Lopez was the biggest critic of how the group.
Alright, you probably supposed to get a couple more examples, but yeah, bro, like the big problem. Y'all gotta think about this, right? Like, They're not signing you for you to win. They're signing you for them to win. Hey, why you think labels don't reach out to you until when you need the buzz? Labels are nowhere to be found. Record labels are nowhere to be found when you need buzz. Unless you're some type of industry plant. When you get buzz and you start to, now you have the chance to accumulate wealth on your own. Hey, let me give you a bag. Like, they be right there. Hey, soon as you, hey. No, that's not how shit work. Soon as I get the ball rolling, you want to come help me push now? I was just pushing this bitch and it wasn't moving. I finally get the boulder rolling. Now that everybody coming to help push the boulder, get your bitch ass back.